Hey, welcome back to the Virgo channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Virgo. Know that energy is fluid. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. If you're new to the channel, know I like to look at everything. So I do look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows. Yeah, they play out as karmic themes along with everything else. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you have to obviously be open to getting a shadow reading. You also need to be open to getting it live because all giveaway readings are done live. I believe in spiritual law, what's best for everyone. So what's good for you, you get the free reading. What's good for me, I get draw attention to the channel and collectively anyone that resonates with the video. All right, now if you do want to enter into winning a free reading with me because you resonated so much with this video, you have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. If you're new to the channel, also know that I like to go deep within my readings. So I do look at everything. We look at the spiritual blocks, shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experiences. All right. Now let's see what that word of the video is. And remember, if you want to enter into winning a free reading, don't forget to put it in the your comment bar. Now, if you forget it, all important information, including my website, how to get in contact with me, my other YouTube channels, you can find in the description box as well. Because I say the word of the video in the beginning of the video, and like I said, a lot of times people forget it. All right. The word of the video is doubt. I just pulled that one from my other channel. So I'm going to pull another one just because we've been getting that a lot lately. Now, obviously, like energies tend to linger, because I feel like I've been pulling that one a lot lately, collectively. But let's see, criticism, judgment. Well, I feel like Virgo, you're in separation from someone that doubts very highly that, you would even take them back. And they don't really even want to know because again, this person doesn't want to be criticized, is afraid that they're going to be criticized. They know that they didn't treat you right. And so I feel like there's still a connection. It's just that this person, I don't really feel like is going to do that much because again, they don't really know how to rectify what they did. And but not even that, they don't want to deal with the consequences of what they did. So there is in a sense of avoidance. So let's actually see what they did. All right, let's see. Like they tended to not give you any time energy, but they had no problem giving it to other people, it looks like. So kind of just making you feel as if you weren't important to this person, like they didn't really care about you. And I feel like it's not that they didn't care about you, it's just that it was their way of controlling their feelings for you as best as they could. If they give you less, then they won't grow as much of an emotional connection. I feel like this is a spiritual connection, so there already is an emotional connection to this person. Um, but when you met them, I just feel like they never really gave 100%. They always seemed to be somewhere else. They always seemed to be like distracted, whether that was talking to other people, whether that's with their own problems, work. It's like you never really felt like this person was able to emotionally connect to you, which made it very difficult for you to be vulnerable and transparent with this person because it's like it felt like you were in a relationship by yourself because they weren't investing. And that also triggered you to be like, what's going on in this relationship? What's going on with us? Do you want to be with me? Do you not want to be with me? Like, I feel like this person gave a lot of mixed messages. And but they did because they're insecure. So I feel like they always had one foot in, one foot out of the relationship. And it's because, you know, they don't feel secure. They don't feel secure in themselves, and their relationships have told them not to be secure. I feel like they have you know, uh, a long list of bad relationships that have like played out within their life, which has made them not really be able to 100% be as emotionally there. So they always act like they don't care. Again, act like they don't care, acting like again they're distracted, like you felt like that they're there, but they were never giving that you always felt like they were holding back. You always felt like they were never really they wanted you to build an emotional bond, but they weren't building one. And again, and then when you would call them out on it, it would always almost like they would act as if you know, that they didn't need to like really share anything with you, that they, that they didn't have any problems. Like if you were like, well, you can talk to me about your problems, or they'd be like, I don't have any problems. Or if you were like, well, in relationships, like I always like to like, be on the same page with my person and they would always find like a criticism in what you said, no matter how positive it would be. They would twist it around like, well, oh, you feel the need to talk to people to control them when that's not really what you're saying. What you're saying is, I like to be able to communicate, how for us to communicate so that we're on the same page. And this person would read, oh, so you want to like plant seeds within my head. You want to control me. You want where it's again, that's not what you were saying. So it's almost like that this person was so insecure that they put on this persona that they were actually like more superior, like they didn't need a relationship, like that you were being really insecure, like you were being really uh like controlling, that you were everything that you weren't, anything that you could do to create an emotional bond, this person would read into, insult it, again, twist it around, project their fears onto you. And so I feel like you were never really able to get close to this person between their, acting like they don't care, aloof, and then distracted by everybody else. When really, I think was their own trauma. So it's almost like being in a relationship with this person to like where I feel like they were trying to keep you stuck so you couldn't move forward. So that they would draw so that you would have this deep connection to them on an emotional level, but they wouldn't have an emotional connection to you because they're not opening up, they're not sharing. But to have an emotional bond with somebody, it needs to be like it can't just be one way. And I feel like this person kept setting it up so that it would be one way. And like, whether they meant to or not, but almost like acting as if they were too above it to have that type of connection with you. And just again, very manipulative in the fact that I'm gonna act like I don't really care. I'm gonna give you less. I'm gonna act like I don't really care. Um, but I'm gonna act like I care to everybody else though, and so again, it's very manipulative. It's a way again that this person's insecure, but they would try to make you feel insecure, by acting like that this relationship really didn't care, by positioning themselves to think that they were more superior. Again, Yeah, and always like just keeping you up in the air, not like I said, keeping you stuck in a way like that they wanted you to be with them and to again have a connection to them, but they just didn't want to seem to give you that same attention, time, nurturance that they expected from you. And then, like, if you would say something, they would twist it around and act like you were imagining it, or that you were just being insecure, and like all these avoidant tactics, which is really annoying and really triggering. Um, and just like again like going down the rabbit hole, like that's like going down the rabbit hole, which is what I felt before you saw this, but I was like, let me see if that's on there, and it sure as hell is. And that's again like going around and around and around and around and around, like never getting anywhere. But this is the way this person would keep you like hooked to them, because they're like, well, I have a connection to you, but I'm too insecure to really have it be fair, is what it looks like. So this is their way of trying to keep you like kind of stuck. And again, because there is an emotional connection, again, where can this person definitely feels that again that there's an emotional connection, that there's a soul mate connection, but it's definitely triggering a lot of their subconscious behaviors, because they have feelings and they want to keep you hooked, but they don't really want to give anything. So they're not living obviously from their truth. What they're doing is that they're like trying to like manipulate you through the emotional connection so that you can't move forward. They're again not emotional connection where I feel like they can detach from it, and so what this is that the thing is that this person doesn't really know what they want. And it's like that's what I say at this time. But I feel like they don't know what they want because they don't do the healing, and you never really 100% break away. Or if you've just broken away, there's still an energetic connection. So this person is never really knows what it would feel like for you not to be in their life. Um, and they're stubborn where they don't really want to look at it. They want everything their way. They're very possessive, like again, of what they believe that, how things should look. But I believe that they're very stubborn, and it's either my way or the highway, which is why they won't look at it and won't look at what they did, and not really until you leave them 100%. They've never really seen that. Like I said, I feel like just going further down the rabbit hole means that you were in a connection with this person for a long time, where they hold on to you, they don't give anything, they, act connected to you, where they expect you to give everything, but they're not giving anything. And you just not knowing like what kind of connection that you're in, and them not really saying what type of connection, because they don't really know. And I feel like they don't know mainly because again, because of their past relationship. They're still in this victim like mentality and have tunnel vision based on, again, all their past experiences, their past relationships, not again thinking about anyone else except for themselves, just oblivious to how they're treating you. And again, where this person would prefer it for really you to have no boundaries with them, but I feel like you're going to have boundaries with them. But this person, like, I feel like there's a sense that I feel like they want to fix this connection, but that's because they feel like you're gonna leave them behind. There's a sense that, you're gonna leave them behind. And it's because it's like you got to a point where the relationship was just going around and around and around and around in a circle where they weren't really giving anything. And it's so based on their past relationships, viewing this connection through distorted perceptions of, again, their own trauma. And that's really what's keeping you, like, again, from going around, and that's what's keeping you uh, going down the rabbit hole. And this is why this person doesn't really know what they want. I feel like it's not, this person doesn't know, but it's again that things are going to happen soon, very soon, like the unfoldment process. I'm feeling like within the next 3 months, this person is gonna, they're not gonna be able to hold back anymore. They're not going to. I feel like the time for delays is over. I feel like they've been lost for a long time. The situation with you and them, like, was very complex for them because they have strong feelings, but they also, again, was not ready for this type of a relationship. You feel like home to this person. Um, they want to solve the problems that you and them have had. So again, and I feel like for a long time, this person put a lot of delays, like it kept procrastinating. And I feel like they procrastinated because, like I said, they really didn't want to give you anything. There was a sense of them like wanting to hold on to you, but never like you just feeling like, again, there no security in the relationship. They weren't making you feel emotionally safe. It was always up in the air. And so now, like I said, I feel like this person wants to like fix this connection. They're in their place where they want to sort it out because they realize that um they did a lot of this, that they're the ones that created all this craziness. It's again, and that for a long time they were really defensive and that they just didn't want the connection. It says it again. It was unwanted. They just did not want this connection. They had a shield up. They wouldn't let anyone in. And I just feel like, um, because disconnected, you disconnected from this person, because they weren't really giving you anything. Yeah, it's again that they want to come back and they want to make amends with you. There's a sense that, like I said, that this person, I want to see what makes them come back into it, because what I see is that they played a lot of games and you detach from them. They were trying to keep you stuck. And then what happens is that you didn't stay stuck and you got out of that, cycle. And so this person, like you said, now all of a sudden wants to uh give you like a peace offering, but like why? What happened during this separation with this person? I know this is more than a relationship and that there is a higher purpose to our connection. So they feel like that this is a soul's connection. Um, past lives are influencing our connection. I've lost you in other lifetimes, and that makes me afraid. I need to heal the grief to allow the love to bloom. So again, they feel like this is a past life connection, and that I feel like they had past life memories, and whether that's deja vus, where again they treated you pretty much like crap in a past life, and that they lost you and they just feel like you're supposed to be in their life. But I feel like they had to pretty much destroy the relationship where you walked away, where they had to like come to the realization of what life would be without you in their life. And, once you detached, it's almost like this person had a lot of like past life memories come in where they again feel like this connection with you, this soul's connection with you. I think you're beautiful inside and out. I see your light that radiates your soul, and I feel like they compared you to a lot of people, to be honest with you. I feel like they didn't know what they 100% wanted. I feel like when they met you, they knew that you were the right person. Catch, I just feel like they weren't ready for all of it, and they didn't really want it, and then they didn't really know what they wanted, so their way was not to make a decision, it was to keep you stuck so that they could kind of have you in their life and try and figure it out. The problem is that they never figured it out, and so you got tired of not knowing what this connection was, because they acted like they didn't even really want to be in the connection. Again, if they were always distracted and acted like they didn't care, and then when you'd say something, they acted superior, like there was something wrong that you're asking. So you disconnected. Once you did, this person was really forced to look at you. That's why the song goes, you don't know what you got till it's gone. It's almost like once you left, this person like really had to look at their behavior and look at what life would be without you. This situation is being caused by the both of us. Look at your own role in this situation to help us change it. I feel like the only way that you really created this situation was you put up with their bullshit in the beginning. So it took them a long time to figure out what they wanted. Now I feel like you're not giving them anything at all. So you like went from one extreme to another, but I don't really feel like the situation is being caused because of you. I feel like this is a reaction from what they did. So in their mind, they think, well, now if I'm coming back into your life and you have feelings for me, you have to forgive, you have to let go of the past, you have to give me another chance if you want this to work. Otherwise, it's not going to work, because I'm not going to give you extra, I'm not going to go out of my way, I'm not going to, where I feel like in a sense, Virgo, this person played a lot of games, strung you around for a long time, talked to other people, you know, acted like they didn't give a shit, acted like they were distracted. Again, they were talking to other people. And so there's a sense that if you're going to give this person a chance, that you would want them to like prove it to you. And my issue is I feel like that this person, like, again, doesn't look at what they did, so they don't really think that there's consequences to be paid for that, where I feel like you do. Like yours is a sense of being like, well, you need to prove to me like who you are now. And that's why, again, they feel like the situation, it would be being caused by both of you at this point, because their ego and acting like holding back, not giving, their own insecurity, them playing games, and then now they're like, okay, I see what life is without you. Now I want you back, but you're just supposed to drop all those feelings. And then it's like I feel insecure and it's pushing me to grow. Like I said, this person like is does feel insecure, but what's really pushing them to grow is the fact that you detached. Like you're moving on. Either this person was gonna give to you or you were gonna like be gone. And that insecurity of why aren't I with you? Why do I play those games? Why did I sabotage the connection? Is forcing them to heal, is forcing them to grow. I just feel like said, um, I don't know whether they did so much damage. We are alchemists. We transform fear into love and shadow into light. So I do believe that this person did bring up a lot of your wounds as you bring up a lot of their wounds. It is a soul's connection. In their mind, they believe that it is like a deep, like soulmate twin flame connection. They believe that this connection has purpose. They've, believe me, while they were keeping you stuck the whole time, they were dating other people, they were talking to other people, they were always distracted, they never gave you the time. They were comparing you against everybody. I feel like they knew who you are, who you were when they met you. They weren't ready for this type of connection. So it was instead they didn't know kind of what to do with you. So, what are they gonna say now? I didn't really know what to do with you. So I, kept you stuck. Of course they didn't want to hear the criticism for that. Of course that they're like, I don't really, I doubt that you're gonna even be open to having me back, because obviously I know that I didn't treat you well and you're not going to want to hear that, yeah, you were the right person at the time, but I didn't know whether you were the right person because I didn't feel like I had enough experience. I felt like I needed to date a lot of other people. I needed to see whether or not that was really satisfying to me just because I met you and we had that connection. I felt like I wasn't ready to make you the permanent situation forever. I felt like I didn't date like enough. This person knew you would not like that. So they were like, I didn't know how to deal with that. So I kind of just played games with you in hoping that you wouldn't catch on. But I feel like you did catch on because they didn't give you the time. They gave everybody else the time and the attention. So instead of them being honest, I feel like they created a bit of trust issues. But that's not what they meant to do. This fell out. I'm changing this pattern and moving forward. So I feel like the pattern of not communicating is the pattern that they're going to change. This person, again, should have said something to you, but they didn't really know how to say. Just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. This person, again, it's more, again, goes back to the comparing. I feel like during the time that they met you and they were keeping you stuck, it's not like they didn't have feelings for you. They did, but they were going to be sure to not lose themselves in the emotion for you. So they talked to a lot of other people. I feel like they dated some people. None of those people held the candle to you. And this is what this person knew before they dated all those other people. But it's again, they felt like it's something that they just needed to do. And so they don't just like you because they're attracted to you. They don't just like you because, again, there's a spiritual connection. They like you because of who you are as a person, that you, again, are always like contributing somehow to the betterment of people, that you are someone that like it gets involved in your community. You're someone that like does fundraisers and like again supports important causes, and that's what this person likes, where they've talked to a lot of people and they dated a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that struggle financially. There's a lot of people that don't know what their path is. There's a lot of people that look good, but their life doesn't look good, where here you look good and your life looks good, and you actually vibe at a much higher vibration where you're actually even contributing to your community for whatever, like again, whatever betterment for whoever's betterment is what I'm trying to get at. And that is something that really, like I said, attracts this person, where I feel like they do try to do that stuff too, because they want to be seen as, somebody that's high vibey. And I feel like when you first met this person, they weren't really high vibey. It was someone that wanted to be perceived as that. So they would, help out in their community. And they were someone that was respected, is respected in their community due to their job, due to, again, what they contribute to their community. So this is something that's really important to them, and something that they've, you know, noticed about you opposed to the other people that they dated. So it's not just about looks, it's about your life. And it's not just about your life, it's about what you do with your spare time. Where I feel like when this person first met you, those things were not really as important. What was important was here for a good time, not a long time. I don't really know what I want. I want to taste every single flavor of ice cream in the ice cream store. Even though you're my favorite ice cream, I'm not going to lock myself in, because I'm just not ready to do that. I just don't know if you are the right person. I haven't dated enough people. I don't really know whether I'm just not ready. However, I like you, and I don't want to, ruin my connection with you. So I'm going to try and do things on the slick, which is try and keep you stuck. Where all you felt like was that you were going around and around and around and around in circles, and this person was keeping you up in the air, and they were, because they weren't making a decision. I close my eyes and imagine you're here with me, and it feels so real. I'm beginning to understand this is what it means to be in 5D with you. Again, very strong spiritual connection, where I feel like this person did try to forget about you and they just can't. The same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is the catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work. It's magic. So again, that ESP connection, that spiritual connection, this person does believe that because you were the right person to begin with, that in the right time, I do believe that this person is going to actually come to you. But I think that they just feel like, you guys are meant to be together. It's like because they've dated a lot of people, they've done all their homework, and they feel like, you had a very strong connection to me. I know that I probably hurt you because you had feelings for me and I didn't treat you that nice, but I needed to do what I needed to do. So they just feel like, well, the one thing that still remains is love. Regardless of what I did, you still, regardless of what I did, I still feel you. This is what this person is saying. Now, is this 100% true? Well, like I said, I think that they don't really know whether it's true. They're assuming it's true because you had a very strong connection to them. They did you, and they still feel that you're there. So I feel like they're going to try to, win you over when you come back into their life, and that they're going to make it so that you can come back into their life. I've been so grounded all my life, it's hard for me to trust the spiritual element of our connection, yet I can't deny that it exists. So, the spiritual element, like I said, was always there. That was never the problem. The problem was they didn't really know what the spiritual connection was. First of all, they never had it. Number two, they weren't ready for it. And so I feel like they undervalued the connection because they didn't know what it was. They didn't think it was important, and it wasn't important at the time. So now again, this connection, they're becoming more and more and more like serious, saying that, well, now's the time. I definitely know that you're my person. I know that we're going to be together again. I don't know when exactly, but I know that we're going to be together again. And while we're in the separation point, I am just figuring out like what type of connection this is because I've never had this type of connection before. Like, what does it symbolize? So I feel like this connection is making your person really like, not just look at the connection, but look at themselves, look at the fact that there's a whole other dimension to, life that they didn't even realize, and that's spiritual dimension. And I also think that this person has had nothing but shit relationships, which is why they will like, well, I'm not ready for such an intense relationship right now. Let me make sure that you're my person and let me go and explore to see. And that's a more logical and analytical thing, like almost like, well, I'm going to see whether or not that's true. But in that, I feel like it was very selfish as well as very like, you know, um, but it was their process of being like, yeah, I like you, but I'm just not ready, and I don't like know what this spiritual connection is. I don't know whether I want to surrender to it. I don't like, again, trying to figure it out and still kind of figuring it out. I feel the sexual energy between us, yes, is beyond physical attraction. It needs to be elevated to the expression of deep unconditional love. So again, here's this, when they first met you, this spiritual connection, which was so overwhelming and full of passion. But like I said, this person was like, I am not ready to get married. I am not ready for whatever this relationship is going to bring, because they knew it would be intense. So again, trying to keep it up in the air, and now has come to a place of realizing that this connection is really important, and that really, in order for them to for it to work, they have to raise their vibration, because that's really what it is. They feel a sexual energy, but at this point they know it's much more than a physical attraction. It's a spiritual connection, that there's a deep emotional connection, but they have to be able to show and be able to express the unconditional love. They can't just know it and then do as if what they were doing. And that is what I feel like that they're figuring out. They've never had to figure out what unconditional love looks like, which is to be humble and come back and apologize, number one, to be vulnerable and transparent, to, be a partner. This person did not do anything like that. If you see in this story, this person was all about them the whole time. Yes, they had a connection to you. They weren't ready. Didn't matter. It was, everything was from their perception. None of it was from your perception. And then even when they met you, it's like, I'm not sure, but that's due to their insecurity. That was due to their lack of, dating and going out into the real world and experiencing what they wanted. And now, again, once they met you, they were like, I have an idea, but I can't say that I'm ready for that now. So they really did go full circle, where they finally say, oh, you really are important. However, what does that mean? And so, and not just what does it mean for what you're doing, it goes back to them. What does that mean? Because I feel like you always were giving this person love and kindness. This person fought it. This person didn't give it. So now they're forced to figure out, like, what does that mean? What do I have to do in order to make this connection work? And I feel like that's what the space is. That's the delay. That the delay is pretty much over, where they're not going to delay it because they don't know whether they want to be with you. They know that they want to be with you. They just want to make sure that they're going to be with you in the way that you want them to be with you. And that's what's taking the time. Because I don't feel like, again, that this person ever had to work for it before. So they don't really even know what it looks like to be in a relationship that's fair, that's of equal give and take reciprocity. They're used to doing things, again, the way that, you know, they were doing them when you met them, which was clearly very selfish, all about them. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? So let's see, because you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. So we always look at the inner child wounds, because again, that is what we would need to look at here, because this person didn't give anything. They were playing games. They weren't giving you time. They weren't giving you attention. They were, again, keeping it up in the air, keeping you stuck or hoping to. So what we see here, look, time and attention, inner childhood wounds, not getting the time, attention. And I associate that with emotional support, right? If someone can't show up for you, someone's not giving you time, they're not making you feel important. This person, again, remember, they wanted to elevate themselves. They like to make pretend that they were more superior. They gave everybody else time because of their own inadequacy. But nevertheless, they would have triggered that wound of, again, of I'm not important, because how much time and attention a person gives you really tells you how emotionally invested they are. This person went out of their way to show you that they were not emotionally invested, even though they had an emotional connection to you, because they weren't ready. Frustration. Again, growing up in a family where your needs aren't met, it is frustrating. Especially it's frustrating when you're like, okay, you're my mother, you're my father, you should love me, you should display love, and you're not giving it to me. Well, again, this person dealing with this person playing games, trying to keep you stuck, was very frustrating. So we can see again how that what they were doing mirrored a lot of, again, like awakened, I shouldn't say mirrored, but awakened a lot of those traumas, due to the fact that, brought you back to a time where you didn't get the nurturing that you needed, and you weren't being treated fairly. So obviously it would be frustration. And hope, I feel like that's a gift, hope. So in spite here in this story, what I see is this person didn't give time or attention, and it was very frustrating, but I feel like you on some level had, like, hoped that this person would come back, because you always felt that connection too. You always knew that they had a connection to you. Um, and I feel like, you had faith, because without, faith, we really don't have hope. And I feel like you had hope because you knew. And so that was like, that's also like a gift, though, when you're able to hold hope and have hope when everything is showing you that you really shouldn't have it. And that's because I believe, again, that you felt that this was a divine connection. the spiritual connection is what gave you the hope. I'm just going to pull one more. Again, organized chaos. So I feel like, again, you didn't get the love and the attention that you needed. You grew up in organized chaos, which is everything ran. It's like it didn't, everything got done, is what I'm trying to say. However, if you grew up in an alcoholic family, and again, the alcoholic was functioning, well, that's organized chaos. If you grew up with someone that was sick, again, but you had to take care of that person, you still took care of that person, you still lived your life. That's organized chaos. However, it's compromised. You don't have peace. And I feel like this person, again, in their mind, they were really doing the right thing. But I feel like it created a lot of chaos in the relationship. It made sense where it's, again, could be seen as organized chaos, but and the connection that you have with this person, again, there is this, again, intense connection. However, it was chaotic. Um, so I believe that that's a feeling that you had in childhood, growing up in an environment that didn't make you feel safe, that you didn't get the time and the attention that you needed. And it was really frustrating because when you grow up in that environment, you don't have good connections. You always feel like people misunderstand you or that you're an inconvenience. And so again, it feels really uncomfortable. And I just believe that you always like believe that there would be better days that came. You always held on to hope that better days would come. And that even for your family, even for the people that, you know, didn't create the balance in your life and possibly created imbalances and blockages in your life, right? Where I feel like with this person brought you back to those same feelings, those same inner like child traumas to make you like look at them. And what you're seeing is that this person is going to come back and they are going to like figure out like the right way to come back into your life. And I feel like in spite, even if you weren't going to take this person back, it would be healing because, like I said, it's you're seeing the situation from a different perception where, again, you're seeing that you're not crazy. They really did care. They really do have feelings. It's just was their process. Um, and like I said, a lot of times our, twin flame soulmate connections, our past life connections, they awaken our inner child wounds that are deep. They're suppressed, wounds that we wouldn't awaken. They would never awaken unless we got back into a connection that someone kind of treated us wrong, that it was, imbalance. But the thing is that this person still has a lot of feelings towards you, and they believe that you have feelings for them too. And if it's a twin flame connection, you do have feelings for them. So even if you chose not to be with them, again, collective reading, some people will and some people won't. I'm going to pull for this story, and in this story, I see again, I feel like, well, it's that it's going to work out because the first thing is make amends. Look, make amends. You see that? Make amends right there. So I feel like this person is going to make it up to you, that they are going to, like, again, first tell you their truth about what they feel, and then they are going to again make up for it, like where they're ready to give you equal give and take reciprocity, that they want you to hear them out. They want to create justice, like again, like for you, because they know that they were unfair. but they felt like they had to in order to really be able to make the decision for themselves. Again, they met you, right person, wrong time is what they felt. And so, again, in this story, this person says that they, again, gonna try to make amends. It feels like they're going to make it fair. I feel like if it's a real twin flame soulmate, you are gonna hear them out. It's again, it's like, here it is, all here, look, hear me out, make amends, like create balance, all of it. That's their intention. And I feel like if it's that, you are gonna take this person back. And so we ask for those of you that again are gonna take this person back. You guys aren't gonna take this person back. What other advice does the universe have to give to us in dealing with this type of person? Let's see. And it says, goodness. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. So, what really Spirit is saying is this is, again, continue to work on yourself. Continue to, like, manifest, like, who you are, like the things that inspire you, the things that you care about, your goodness. And I feel like really what Spirit is saying is, it's like, if this is a twin flame relationship, it's like this connection came in to help polish both your characters, not just this person's character, but your character. And if you really do have feeling for this person, offer them the unconditional support, which is the unconditional love, the understanding and love. Be that way for yourself. Always continue to be that way to yourself by, again, working on who you are to become the best version of yourself and to, again, manifest the things that, again, mean something to you, your passions, your joys, the things that, again, are that you feel that you contribute to the world, that the goodness that is inside of you, which you're passionate about, that makes you you. Continue to do that, because though that is a vehicle that will, again, allow people and situations and experiences to come into your life without this person to help change you and mold you, to help you become the best version of yourself. This person is also coming into your life to help you become the best version of yourself as you are them with a twin flame soulmate connection. But it's to evolve into the best versions of yourself. Again, and in that, when we say to evolve into the best versions of yourself, that means to evolve into the highest state of consciousness, which is to be to have unconditional love, to be unconditional love, but that means also to be compassionate, to be able to forgive, to be able to persevere, to again integrate all the higher levels of consciousness that represent unconditional love. That's what this person represents. In their mind, they knew who you were when they met you. They just weren't ready to give to you. They wanted to make sure that you were that they were going to make the right choice. And that's only due to the fact that all their past relationships were not the right choice, which soulmate twin flame connection does come into our life to help us transmute those difficult wounds. And those difficult wounds are the spiritual blocks created from our past experiences that make us feel unworthy, not good enough, that are fill us with fear and keep us locked in and stuck and bound to a lower consciousness that is one that, again, keeps us in a place of disempowerment. So again, what this shows is that this person definitely created problems in the connection. However, they're willing to come back and fix it. So you'll have to let me know, Virgo. But either way, the relationship is all about you evolving into the best version of yourself and becoming that expression of goodness, not just to attract it into your life, but to again connect to other people so you can really see it. Now I'm going to leave that there. You let me know whether you resonated. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.